Everyone, welcome back to my channel once again. So in the previous video we solved question 5 and we solved 1 to 5, and the final answer to question 5 was D, I minus J plus 3K. So in this video we will continue from question 6. So given that the points P, Q and R are collinear, so you have points P, Q and R are collinear, so they are on the same line. Find the ratio in which R divides PQ externally. So R divides PQ externally. You know that if Q is dividing we all know that Q is dividing PR internal, right? So if this was lambda and mu, Q would have been equal to some lambda R plus some mu multiplying the vector P on what lambda plus mu. So and let's say lambda plus mu is the ratio in which R is dividing PQ externally. You know that, so lambda plus mu, I'm equating it to what? Alpha. I'm equating it to alpha, so I can derive what? I can derive the external division from this internal division. So I'm using alpha to represent lambda plus mu. So lambda plus mu multiplying Q is the same as lambda plus mu, the vector Q, equal to what? Lambda R plus mu P. So I want to make R the subject, so I'll have lambda plus mu multiplying the vector Q minus mu multiplying the vector P is equal to lambda R. So if I divide both sides by lambda, here by lambda, we have that the vector R is equal to so we have that our R will be equal to, so here R, so after dividing both sides by lambda, R will be equal to lambda plus Q, sorry, lambda plus mu, lambda plus mu multiplying the vector Q minus mu. We don't need all this in this question, but I just want to clarify something. Just want you to know that you can derive the external formula from what? The internal. So minus mu P all over lambda. And you see this lambda, instead of writing lambda, we can also write it as what? Lambda plus mu minus mu. So we have mu minus mu is just 0, right? Okay, so leaving lambda, so you can write it this way. So your R will be equal to, so as we already said here, as we've stated initially, we want the lambda plus mu to be what? Alpha. We want it to be alpha. So wherever we see lambda plus mu, we have alpha Q minus mu P all over alpha minus mu. So this now our R. So R is dividing PQ, R is dividing PQ in the ratio, so R divides PQ in the ratio alpha is to what? Is to mu. So as we can see, alpha, so R divides PQ in the ratio alpha is to mu. Okay, so that's exactly what we are coming to do here. You can just choose any of the points you can choose any of the points here. Here we have P, and we have Q, we have R. You can choose either the component of X, component of Y, component of Z to find what the ratio in which R divides PQ. Okay, so if we choose the components of X, the component of X for R is 5, so we have 5 here, is equal to alpha Q, and the component of Q is -1, so minus Q, so minus alpha, where alpha is the ratio, negative alpha minus mu multiplying P, and P, the component of X for P is what? -4, all over what? Alpha minus mu. So this is what I want. So let me take you to the notebook so that we continue from there. We have enough space here, so let me just copy what I wanted. So I'm only looking for 5 equal to minus alpha minus mu multiply -4 all over alpha minus mu. So I'm deleting everything here. So this is what we just wanted. So we multiply both sides by alpha minus mu. So if we multiply here by alpha minus mu, we have 5 alpha minus 5 mu to be equal to minus alpha minus plus 4 mu. So we can bring this minus alpha here and take the what? Minus 5 mu here. So we have 5 alpha plus alpha equal to 4 mu plus 5 mu. So 6 alpha is equal to 9 mu. So as we know, we have P, Q, R, where PR is what? Alpha, and QR is what? Mu. So R is dividing PQ externally in the ratio alpha is to mu. So we want alpha over mu. So let's divide here by what? 6 mu, so that we get rid of what? The constants, and we will group. We'll have alpha is to mu, which is the same as what? Alpha over what? Mu. So divided by 6 mu. So here mu will cancel mu, 6 will cancel 6, leaving what? Alpha over mu, which is the same as what? Instead of writing alpha over mu, we can write it as what? Alpha is to mu is equal to 9 is to 9 over 6, which is the same as 9 is to 6. So 3 into 9 is 3, 3 into 6 is 2, so 3 is to what? 2. So this is what? The ratio. So therefore the ratio in which R divides PQ is what? Alpha is to what? So alpha is to mu, which is equal to what? 3 is to 2. I'll give you another method, another alternative, but it seems, let me check the time. Time is going. Okay, so it's 9 minutes for only one video. It's 9 minutes for only one video, but let me give you the other method. The other method, you could have find maybe PQ. You can find PQ, then You can also find either QR or what PR. Either way, anything you can find any of them. So we know P. So what is PQ? So the PQ is the same as this little vector q minus the little vector p. So PQ equal to this, which is what our q. Let's use I, so minus I minus 3j plus 2k for this thing. So QP will be minus 1 minus 4 minus 1 minus 4, which is the same as positive 3. You can just leave it this way. You can just leave it as 3. Then minus 3 minus negative 6, which is also what 3. And then 2 minus 1, which is 1. And then this PQ, the vector PQ, and the vector QR is equal to what 5 minus negative 1, which is 6, 3 minus negative 3, which is also 6, and then 4 minus 2, which is 2. So from here you can see that this is the same as if we factor 2 out, we have 3 3 1, and you can see that is the same as what the vector PQ. This is the same as the vector PQ. So we know that QR is equal to what 2 the vector PQ. So if QR is equal to 2 multiplying the vector PQ, then little r minus little q is equal to the vector, so 2 multiplying the vector small q minus what p, and we'll have the vector r to be what equal to 2 times q is 2q. If I bring this negative q here to be plus q, 2 times this is what minus 2p. You see the vector r is equal to what 3q minus what 2p. So we can say this all over 3 minus 2 is the same as 1, right? So you have it this way. And if we make comparison, let me take you to my note, my workbook, so that you compare this to what we have, to alpha and this thing. So you see that okay, I've already cancelled the formula. You know the formula was r equal to some alpha q minus some lambda p all over alpha minus lambda, or was it mu? I think it was mu, so minus mu. So here you see that alpha is to mu is what 3 is to 2. So r divides p and q in the ratio what, the ratio 3 is to 2, and your answer is what A. We've used a lot of time for the question 6. Let's wrap up with the last 4 questions. The question 7. In question 7, the question is the equation of the line through the point. So we are going to find the equation of the line through this point and parallel to this line. R is equal to, so it's parallel to this, R equal to 1 plus 2 lambda I plus 1 plus lambda j. So it's parallel to this. Parallel, if it is parallel to this, it means that that line share the same what, it shares the same direction vector with this, and hence their normal vectors are also the same. So let's regroup this the equation that we know, let's regroup it. You know that it should be in the form some vector plus lambda multiplying what? The direction vector. This the general form of what? This is the general form of a vector form of an equation of a line. So let's regroup this to be in this form. So you can have what? I plus 2 lambda I plus j plus lambda j. So if we group this, we'll have I plus j plus lambda bracket open 2I plus j. So our d direction vector is what? 2I plus j, which means that the normal vector will be what? The normal vector will be I minus 2j. If you don't understand if you don't understand why the normal vector is this, you can refer to the previous video where I explained the relationship between what? The direction vector and the normal vector. If you have the direction vector, we know that it's perpendicular to what? The normal vector. So if it is AI, so if you refer to the previous video, you will get it, because I don't want to waste much time on it in this question once again. So I'm very sorry, but if you are still confused with that, you can let me know. If you are confused with anything, let me know in the comment section, and I will see how best I can help you. I will even leave my WhatsApp group inside the description section, so that you can join and link up whenever it's necessary. Okay, so but we know that the normal form of an equation, as you can see, everything here is expressed in what? The normal form, and which is what? R dot n equal to c. So where r is any point on the line, and we know that that line passes through this point, so we can say that negative I, so negative I plus 2j is the same as negative 1 comma 2. So this point dot, if we dot it with the normal vector, which is the same as this because they are parallel, so let me see, I minus 2j. So if we dot these two, we should get the constant c. So negative I dot I is what? Minus 1. 2j dot negative 2 is what? Minus 4 is equal to what? This constant c. So our c is what? Negative 5. So c is equal to negative 5. So the general form will be r dot I, the normal vector is I minus 2j is equal to negative 5. As we can see, everything they are equating everything to 0, so we can also regroup to have what? R dot what? I minus 2j plus 5 equal to 0. So let's check and see which option best matches what? Our answer. So the only option that has plus 5 is this, and as we can see, it's the same thing. R dot I minus 2j plus 5 equal to 0. So the answer to question 7 is C. To question 6 is A. Okay, so let's check the other question. So here in question 8, it states ABCD is a quadrilateral. The points P and Q are the midpoints of the side AB and DC respectively. Which of the following is true? Okay, so ABCD, as we know, is a quadrilateral. ABCD. So this will be the vector b minus the vector a. This will be the vector d minus the vector c, and this will be the vector okay, let me just leave it that way. So let me even cancel it. Let me just cancel everything and put the midpoints there. So they are saying that the points P and Q are the midpoints of AB. So AB, we have P here, and here we have what? We have Q here. Okay, so they are saying that which of the following is true. Okay, so from here we have that AB is equal to, let's say, B minus A, and DC is equal to little c minus little d. So since P is the midpoint of AB, it will be equal to, P will be equal to the vector A plus the vector B over 2, and Q will be equal to the vector C plus the vector D over 2. So we have this. So PQ will be equal to the vector Q minus the vector P, and we know that the vector Q, let me increase the bullets. So the vector Q is the same as C plus D over 2 minus the vector P, which is the same as A plus B over 2. So this PQ, we can multiply through by 2. We have 2PQ to be equal to C plus D minus bracket open A plus B. So 2P will be equal to, so we can group this to be what? The vector D minus the vector A, so that we have one of the answers that they have here, because D minus A is the same as what? AD. So plus the vector C minus the vector B, which is also the same as what? Which is also the same as BC. So if we have 2PQ to be what? Little d minus little a plus little c minus little b, then this is the same as d minus a is the same as ad plus c minus b is the same as what? bc. So 2pq is equal to ad plus bc, and this best fits which option? It fits the option A, which is 2pq equal to the vector ad plus what? bc. Okay, so that is it for question 8. Let's work on question 9. Question 9 demands that what is the direction cosine? The direction cosine of A. So the direction cosine is just cos some alpha. So if it is in the x-axis, then it's I. Should be what? The vector, the coefficient of I here, which is 2 over the magnitude of A. So the coefficient of I is 2. So we have 2 over the magnitude of A, which is 2 square plus 6 square plus 4 square, and this is equal to 2 over 2 root 14 and this is what 1 over root 14 for question 9. So question 9, the answer is A. So let's look at the last question, question 10 in this section. We have the question asks, which of the following is a vector equation of the line 5x minus 12y minus 26 is equal to 0. You know that we can rewrite this in the normal form as r dot 5I minus 12j minus 26 equal to 0. Okay, so here we can see that the normal form, we know that the normal form is r dot n equal to c, or r dot n plus c equal to 0. You can also say r dot n plus c equal to 0. So here we can see that our n is what? 5I minus 12j, and we know that the direction vector of this equation, is what? Perpendicular to this n, so it will be what? 12I. Instead of minus, we now have negative of the minus, which is now plus 5j. So this is the direction vector. So which of the following is a vector equation of the line whose Cartesian equation is this? Okay, so the vector equation will have the direction vector to be what? 12I plus 5j. So from here we can cancel out option A, we can cancel out from option B, and we can equally cancel out option C. So the only remaining option is what? D. And if you want, you can take this point minus 2I minus 3j and see whether it will satisfy this equation. So at x is equal to minus 2, so you have 5 multiplying negative 2 minus 12 multiplying minus 3 minus 26 should give you 0. So 5 multiplying this is minus 10, negative 12 multiplying negative 3 is what? Positive 36 minus 26, and as you all know, this is what? 0. And this brings us to what? The answer to what? Question 10, and that the answer is what? D, because this is objectives. As you know, if you get a hint and you see that this is the first hint we had, we would have go ahead to find this point, but after finding this hint, knowing that our D is this D, the direction vector should be this, because we know that in the vector form we should have R to be what? Some A plus some lambda multiplying our D, which is what? 12I plus 5j. So we should have this. So, and after going through the options, the only option that meets this direction vector is 12I plus 5j. If we were having a lot of 12I plus 5j, now we would have tried and see which of the points will satisfy this equation, and we have seen that even it is only option D which meets this requirement, which has the direction vector we wanted, but the point, is it on the line? And when we checked, we've seen that it is the point is successfully what? On the line. And that brings us to what? The end of this second section. So I'm looking forward to seeing you in the third and final section, to the section A, which is the objective part of the paper. So if you find my videos helpful, I encourage you to subscribe to my channel, and if you need other clarifications, leave the comments in the section, in the comment section. I'll attend to you on the comments. Thank you very much. And mind you, if you are a level 100 or you have a receipt in this course, Math 1, 2, 3, and you want assistance, I am available to assist you at no cost. I'm just doing everything for Allah's sake, for God's sake. So I'm ready to help you, and God is the reminder of the rewarder of mine. So I thank you once again. See you in my next video.